Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation review. Today I'm taking a look at Cowboy Duel Red Wild West Massacre on the PlayStation 4. Now this is a fairly new release on the PlayStation. I think it came out just a few days ago really. I did put some gameplay up of it a few days ago. And it's a game that I wouldn't exactly say I was looking forward to, but I do like Wild West games, generally speaking. I love the Red Dead Redemption games, especially the second one. I love cowboy movies. So anything kind of cowboy themed, if it looks, like it's going to be half decent quality, I'm generally on board for that sort of game. And Cowboy Duel games on paper sound pretty cool. I think that is fair to say. What we get here, though, is a very odd and a very strange game that doesn't quite deliver, I would say, on quality. I think that's a fair assessment here. But we'll go through and I'll tell you what you can expect here with this game. Okay, so you've got very, very basic options when you go in. You've got the ability to kind of choose your cowboy. And like randomly generate their name, but most of the names it randomly generates, a lot of them you'll recognize as real cowboys. I call mine Doc Holliday. And then you're kind of thrown into a little bit of a training section where you're like shooting balloons and bottles and that kind of stuff, just to get used to where the gun feels and all that kind of stuff. And then you're in the game and you've got a very basic map with a number of locations on these maps. And you go into the first one and you have to kind of complete each one to unlock the next sort of thing, each level. You go into the first one and you've got a couple of options. You've got a tournament mode, or you've got kind of what I would call a wanted mode, I suppose. So the tournament mode is exactly what it sounds like. You have a series of duels with other cowboys in different locations, and if you make it through that duel, you'll go on to the next round. And it's like first round, second round, quarterfinal, semi-final, final sort of thing. And it costs each tournament, I don't know, something like $20 to enter, and you start off with a little bit of money. And essentially, if you lose one of the duels, you could just restart it. And the idea is you got to take them out before they take you out. Now, it's not very good at explaining itself, this game. I didn't know for the first 20 minutes that you could actually move on this game. So you can kind of move around and get behind cover. Not that you can crouch or anything like that. It is just you, and you don't even draw your pistol. The pistol is drawn automatically, and then you're kind of shooting at each other. And this game's idea of increasing the difficulty level is making the cowboy you're facing more of a bullet sponge. So early on in the game, some of the weaker enemies, you'll shoot them once, pretty much anywhere on their body, and you've won. The more difficult it gets, if you shoot them once in their chest, it's not going to kill them. Twice, maybe. 3 times, maybe 4 times, yeah. It does sort of say the best idea is to get them square in the head. And that is a good advice for the most part, but again, the more difficult the enemies become, you will shoot them square in the middle of the head, and they become bullet sponges, basically, and even that doesn't kill them. I think what basically happens is the more difficult the enemies get, the window or the bullet spot on the head that's going to kill them from one shot gets smaller and smaller, I'm guessing. So this is not what you would describe as, innovative in its approach to gameplay. Is it simple? Yes. I don't necessarily want a complicated cowboy game, I suppose, especially when you're dueling. For the life of me, I don't understand why this isn't a VR game. You could probably justify it more if it was a VR game. I don't know really what they were aiming for with this, because this is basic really is doing a injustice to the word basic, because there's nothing to do in this game. It tries to dress it up like there is things to do, like make your way through different towns, but they all look the same. All the dueling environments look the same. They're just kind of repurposed for the next duel. You know, you'll get a scene like you're seeing now in like what looks like a town centre. Then you'll be stood on top of a train, or then you'll be hiding behind a cactus or something. And and then you'll just keep rinsing and repeating these scenes. There's probably about a dozen different scenes that you're plonked into, and you're dueling with different cowboys throughout these scenes. So there's not a lot going on here. Now, to try and give it some kind of compliment, it's not an expensive game. It's $11.99, so it's certainly not expensive. The look and feel of the guns is decent enough. You know, they sound okay. There's nice smoke comes off them, but that's about it. And the game, you know, while it's not innovative in its graphic approach, you know, it doesn't look horrific or anything, but it is certainly not what you would call crisp, clean graphics either. And you've got very, very basic progression here. The idea is you win these duels, you earn some money, and then you can buy yourself better weapons and better bullets that will give you, obviously, you'll be more effective in the fights then. And that's really all that you've got here. There's not a lot in variety here. With this being a PS4 game, the loading screens are very, very often. Basically, the tournament mode and the wanted mode is the same mode. It's just in tournament mode, you just kind of jump on to the next one. In the wanted mode, when you've shot somebody, you've got to kind of go back to the main screen and choose the next one, and they get another loading screen. So the wanted section is just really loading screen after loading screen, and not much else really about that. And also as well, to final nail in its coffin to a large degree is when I put my gameplay up of this, I got a copyright strike on it because obviously they are using assets that are not free from copyright in regards to some of the music in the game. And you don't like to see that in a game like this. You know, so just be aware, if you do buy this and you're going to stream it, you may well get a copyright strike on this one. So is this as bad as some of the terrible asset flips that you see on the PlayStation Store? Maybe not. Is this one you might want to pick up on a sale? Maybe, if you love cowboy games, but for the rest of us, it's probably definitely one to avoid. It's an interesting attempt at giving us like a dueling cowboy game, but that's about it really. You know, I can't really give you an awful lot of positives on this one in regards to purchasing it. There are better cowboy games out there, obviously. You know, if you want to cosplay as a cowboy or role play as a cowboy, just play Red Dead Redemption 1 or Red Dead Redemption 2. Why on earth would you really want to play this one? So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will of course be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.